Coach, quite a shootout last week, and boy, I tell you what, again, a look at the scores and another very, very close ball game. Talk about the loss on Friday and just a little bit about how it all transpired.
Well, it's one of those games where, both teams were playing pretty well overall. I mean, and it seemed like, whoever had the ball last was gonna win the game, and we ended up giving up a touchdown late in the game with under 2 minutes to go, and we went down the field and scored in under a minute and tied the game back up, and missed the extra point, 2-point attempt, and ended up tied 28-28 at the end of regulation. And they got the ball first in the first overtime, and they scored and missed the extra point, and then we scored and missed the extra point, and then we had the ball first, we scored and missed the extra point, and they scored on a 4th and 5 play, just on the sideline of the end zone, and the kid made a great throw and a great catch, and then they got the 2-point conversion and ended up beating us 42-40.
Coach, I tell you what, though, it seems like even though you miss some personnel, has to be encouraging to put up that many points. Defensively, you don't want to have them put up as many, but still you put up some points on offense.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first game that we've really been that offensive, so to speak, for a while. So, and I don't know what the reason was, whatever. I don't know if it was better play calling, better execution, or a combination of both of those things that helped us put some points on the board.
Coach, this week, let's talk about your final game. It's a non-conference matchup now. Is it a fine line now between, well, you want to stay healthy as you can, you still want to keep momentum? I know that's a sore subject for you from the health standpoint, but how do you balance that now before you get ready for the tournament?
Oh, we just got to go out and play. It doesn't matter. We're down to, what we got. I mean, we're down to 21 kids dressing, I think, approximately, with different injuries and different things that have happened. So, we don't have the luxury of saving anything. We got to go out and play and try to win games. And, I'm not playing to stay healthy. I'm playing to win a football game this Friday.
You didn't lose anybody else, did you, on Friday?
Not injury-wise, no. As far as we came out of that game pretty healthy compared to some other games.
Talk about your game this week, and certainly going back out on the road for Friday night's game. What do you expect on the Friday night?
Well, first of all, it's our longest trip of the year. We used to play South Decatur a few years ago. We played them every year I'd been here except for the last 3. And so we've picked them back up on our schedule. And, they're a team that's 2-6 right now. They've had a couple of close games kind of similar to ours. They remind me somewhat of Winchester, just in the fact that they got some big kids and they just try to get in front of people, and they don't do anything really fancy. They just try to push the ball down the field. So I think last week's game will help us get ready for this week, more so than practice, because we're just not that big overall. Our scout team can't simulate big. Yeah. So I think the experience we had last week defensively, playing a team that was just kind of, I don't want to say they're brawlers, but they just try to push you down the field. Sure. So I think that'll help us a little bit there, and then hopefully we can continue some of the momentum we gained on offense.
Will it be a football team Friday that generally will they just try to run it down your throat mostly than anything? Or?
Well, the 2 games that I've watched, they've thrown a total of 14 passes in 2 games. So I'm saying, yeah, they're pretty much a running team.
What did you think about the tournament draw?
Well, as far as we go, that's probably about as good a first-round draw as we could get in terms of where teams are at this point in the season. So, talking to Edinburgh's coaches Wednesday, we had a sectional meeting, and they're kind of in the same boat we are. They got some kids hurt. They've got about 20, 21 kids practicing. So, it's it should be a pretty good matchup for us.